Hi, I'm Jon.
And I'm Eli.
And you're watching Screen Obscura.
And today we're returning to Screen Obscura, talking about Return to Silent Hill.
Directed by Christophe Gans. He's French.
Okay.
And he directed the first Silent Hill movie.
Yep.
Who's it starring? Jeremy Irvine.
And Hannah Emily Anderson?
Yeah.
I don't know either of these people, honestly.
Well, we just looked up that Jeremy Irvine played in Mamma Mia as young Sam.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, because we back, bitch. Ow!
This is a video game adaptation of Silent Hill 2. This just came out with a remake this year, and we almost finished it. We never actually finished it, but we've known of Silent Hill for a while. We watched the first two movies when they came out when we were young. We've always loved the first movie, and this is the same director as the first movie, which is interesting. So the premise of the movie is that someone named James is going to Silent Hill to look for his wife, and he doesn't know where she is.
Well, the movie, it's his girlfriend, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true, eh?
Yeah.
Isn't in the game it's his wife?
In the game, it's his wife. Just for backstory, the film itself is highly inspired by and follows the story of the second game.
Right.
To a certain extent. It's kind of like jumping into it, the characters, the scenery, the still shots, the Easter eggs, a lot of it references the game. So you're kind of going into it like, wow, I'm watching Resident Evil, welcome to Raccoon fucking City.
Definitely feels like Silent Hill a lot of the time. They pretty much kept it pretty consistent throughout the movie too, that it was still like in universe, in Silent Hill, in the game. But overall, it's not amazing as we expected. I would say it's not as good as the first one, but it's better than the second one, Silent Hill Revelations.
Yeah.
Revelation, sorry.
To be fair, anything is better than this fucking cunt. But going into it, I had no idea. Like, I probably figured it had like really shit reviews, shit ratings. People were probably shitting on Reddit in every forum you could think of about it. I didn't really know that because I purposely didn't really do my research about it. All I knew was that it came out. It wasn't really something that was a big promo, I would say, especially like...
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of ads for it.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of just like one of those things that just kind of crept up and got released, and then that's it.
It's one of those things that if you knew it was coming out, you knew it was coming out.
Yeah, and to know it was coming out, you had to kind of be in tune with the horror video game universe a little bit.
Yeah. So I had high hopes for it because it was directed by the same guy as the first movie, and I really love the first movie. Even for all of its faults, you know, I'd give it like probably like a 4 out of 5, which is very high. But like, if you're measuring it up to against Braveheart and shit like that, but like, if you're taking it for what it is, I'd say it was done pretty well. And they altered the story greatly, but I still think it works largely for a video game adaptation movie. This one, it has all of, like I said at the beginning, it has all of the right ingredients. I just don't think it comes together because they changed the story and how it plays out from the video game. And I'm not, like, even without comparing it to the video game, it's still a little bit messy. Some of the acting is very stilted. Now, I think if that was done on purpose to sort of replicate the video game, fine. But I don't know if it was done on purpose.
Yeah, it was very odd. It was very odd, and you don't really realize if everyone involved is playing into this whole dynamic of like James having this self-intrusive thoughts like, am I crazy, or is everyone around me just really fucked up?
Right.
But in reality, like, it's kind of both.
Yeah.
But you only kind of know that if you play the game.
Exactly.
And
so
this is the issue with video game to movie adaptations, especially something like Silent Hill. Silent Hill is so multi-layered, and it's
very cerebral.
Yeah.
And it requires a lot of time to tell a story like that.
And to process the story as well. That's why it's a game that's hours and hours long to complete, because there's layers to it, and there's like a storyline and this and that, and there's like objectives, but at the end of the day, you're supposed to be experiencing and feeling out this character as well as the environment as it goes on around you.
Right.
Yeah, there's like badass like boss sequences in the game, but which were poorly fucking done in the movie.
You'll be completely lost if you don't know anything about the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know everything about Silent Hill 2, but I know little bits and pieces because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and just by association, Silent Hill is, you know, they're always like kind of... The story itself on paper was okay, the storytelling was awful because it didn't explain anything. Some of the cinematography was fine, was actually good. The editing could use a lot of work. The acting, very stilted. The story itself, meh.
I just want to say though, and this is just my humble opinion, before we actually dive into like the plot and everything, I didn't mind the main protagonist. I didn't mind Jeremy Irvine. I think he actually did a pretty decent job. I feel like out of everyone, he was the strongest actor. However, I also feel like it was because everyone around him was garbage. Like, I just feel like everyone around, like, I feel like he was doing his best to work with what was presented to him. No one around him, I feel, played into his character.
Yeah.
I feel like
he was lost and confused.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Like he went into every scene like, okay, this is my script and this is what I have to say and do. And I think everything around him was very much just like, the background.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't say because I haven't really seen him in anything else. None of the acting really impressed me at all. Not even the protagonist. I didn't hate following him, but I didn't feel anything either really.
I thought he was okay. I wasn't sure if that was a wig that he was wearing or not, but I thought he was okay. Mary's actress though?
You didn't like her?
Oh.
Yeah, without spoiling anything, she plays multiple roles. And in that sense, she does all right. But again, very flat.
But again, is it
the directing or is it the actor? I don't know.
Yeah. He meets the same characters he meets in the game. He meets Eddie. He meets Angela. He meets Laura.
Some of them are, Laura, the kid.
Yeah, and then
they're all around for a split second, some of them.
Maria as well. She's there looking like shit. But even the bosses, you meet Pyramid Head, you meet obviously the nurses, you meet that weird fucking thing.
Oh, the thing that has
spits cum.
Yeah.
And then
black cum.
And then the bed dad.
Yeah, the bed boss.
Bed daddy. Yep.
The bed daddy.
It got to a point where it was kind of like, okay, you're giving us a lot right now for a short.
They aren't explaining all of them though, why they're there.
They kind of just show up and then he's like, whoa.
Which is the main meat of Silent Hill. It delves into what those mean to James in the games, and it doesn't do that at all really in the movie except for one or two. And I don't really love the explanations. I gotta say, I fell asleep or almost fell asleep a couple times. I was nodding like this. That was towards the middle act, but I wouldn't say the pacing was bad. It was pretty consistent, 20 minutes of exploration, exposition, then a good 5-minute action scene, then it was pretty consistent like that.
It feels like as well with the pacing, like you said, the pacing wasn't too bad, but the issue with the pacing was it's almost like they timed everything out and then they realized, oh, we still have 35 minutes left. What can we do with this? That's kind of like how it turned into. And if you watch the first Silent Hill movie directed by the same guy, I feel like, some things were kind of prolonged and stretched, but for the most part, I feel like everything made more sense.
It served the story. It served the story properly in the first movie.
This is shit.
Yeah, Silent Hill Revelation doesn't
This was a fever dream art fucking project at college.
yeah, literally. I don't even remember anything about it except the CGI mannequin.
Yeah. To be fair though, I will say, and granted maybe because we saw it in theaters, the CGI in my opinion was not too bad.
In this one?
In this one, it was not too bad. It reminded me honestly of the first movie. Granted, this was 2005, 6, but
CGI was okay in that movie.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. This was fucking cunt, but this was okay.
Yeah.
And granted, it's 2026, so you would expect more, but considering the budget and considering clearly the lack of budget and lack of promo, considering just how it was made. I do feel like visually it could have been significantly worse, which
was it could have been better too.
It made it a little obviously, but it just made it a little bit easier to kind of enjoy, I would say. I also will say
it wasn't repulsive like Revelation.
It wasn't repulsive like fucking Resident Evil.
Or any of the Resident Evils really.
And I will say too, I feel like visually it kind of helped.
Yes.
But as someone who enjoys the video game and has seen the video game, the original and the remake, it allowed as a fan service to kind of remind you this is a game. And remember, this is a game that you love. You want to watch just so bad.
Basically, the movie just crit pats the first I don't know, it depends on the time, but the first couple parts of the game They don't go everywhere in the video game, or sorry, they don't go everywhere in the movie that is in the video game.
It also just feels like they introduced everything that needed to be introduced in terms of plot armor and in terms of just what is going into the storyline. So they introduced why he's there, who he was looking for, who he is, how he is in the moment, flashback sequences, introducing him to like his path and kind of like, think of like when you're playing like a video game, not this video game, but playing a video game in general. It's kind of like you meet these different people, your party is forming, and this aspect, it was kind of like his individuality to the plot was forming based on what was being given to him.
Right.
And it almost felt like at the halfway mark, it's okay, we introduced all this shit, now you guys know what he's doing, we're gonna freestyle now. That's what it felt like, because I feel like genuinely, it was pretty parallel to the game at first. It was pretty parallel to the game.
Yeah, it was. I feel very neutral to this movie. I don't hate it, I don't love it. I'd probably not watch it again.
I probably wouldn't watch it again, honestly, unless I smoked a spliff and it was 4 a.m. and it was on Prime Video.
Yeah, and you were about to go to sleep.
Yep.
Okay, so what's our ratings?
Out of 5, I'm gonna be super honest. I unfortunately give this film. I've honestly seen worse. I'm gonna just right off the bat, I'm gonna give it a 2.
Oh, really?
I've seen worse. Something about it was appealing. Something about
it's
it.
It's because we're fans of the games.
That's why.
Yeah.
Going into it though, I'm gonna be so real with you. Going into it, if I did not really know the game, not really know the story, and we'll kind of explain this a little bit like in a bit, but going into it like objectively, like a 1.5, I would say. I feel like that 0.5 makes a bit of a difference for me, to be honest.
So is it 2 or 1.5?
My rating is 2.
Oh, you're saying, but like critically, it's a 1.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I gotcha. So critically 1.5, and then personally a 2. I'm right about there. Yeah, I agree. I thought you were going to rate it a little higher based on like your little comments from earlier, but...
Well, no, at the end of the day, I shit love. It's
very middle of the road, and then like a little bit less than that.
Well, you also have to think about it this way too. This is the same director who directed the first one.
Yeah.
And that one is a pretty good movie. So it's like we dropped the ball a little bit. We dropped numerous fucking balls.
You had another chance to do something super well, and then you made it a 2 out of 5 movie.
Silenthill is not something that can easily be translated into film. The reason why the first movie did it so well is because he made up his own fucking characters. Yeah. And he basically Easter egg and mixed it with video game lore, mixed with his own personal writing. That's why it worked out.
That's right, yeah.
That's why in Resident Evil, it kind of works when it wants to. Alice is not a character. The storyline gets jumbled. Things are thrown around. Things are bent. Things are not involved. Things are fucking included when it shouldn't be. That's why... sometimes it can work if it's done properly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think for some reason, this film wanted to follow the video game to a T, to a certain extent.
As much as you can in
an hour and a half. But it gets to a point where it's like Silenthill is...
slow, cerebral.
It's a metaphor and personification of tragedy and guilt and shame and what goes like psychological
trauma,
warfare. Yeah, exactly. You cannot translate that in a film. A television series, I think you could do that because you have more time.
Yeah, maybe a limited series for Silenthill.
Yeah,
I think that would work.
That could work. They're doing it for fucking Harry Potter. But this is the thing with Silenthill. You have something that is already super well done and highly praised and critically acclaimed in another form of media. You're trying to translate it into something else, but you're not. But what is the point of doing it? Okay, is it a money grab because the remake video game just came out? Is it this director just loves the movie and took him 20 fucking years to make the second one? Like, I don't know what it is. It's like...
I mean, a lot of fans did say they wanted him to make like a sequel to the first movie because it kind of became a cult classic over time. Not really what we wanted.
One thing I really did not like about the movie was the fact that they tried to incorporate this realistic approach of having this like Rosemary's Baby, Suspiria-esque cult, like witch cult, with Mary's character and like how she's like an offspring of like some like fucking septum in the eyes of like this cult. Which, don't get me wrong, in this one they did the same thing, but the difference was,
but it made
it
sense
was tied into the world. Exactly,
Yeah,
it was tied to the universe, and like they were hiding from the darkness, and it was ditches, and then they were blaming fucking Sharon for this and that.
Yeah,
it was really odd. It was just very odd.
They didn't explain everything properly.
No, and it was very much like, oh yeah, my dad is like idolized, and like these people have been doing this to me since I was a little girl,
and he poisoned me, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and then the reason why she dies in this film is because just years and years and years of like her dad poisoning her, which I guess if you want to dive into it, it's a commentary on like abuse. I don't know. It was very
abuse, indoctrination. I don't know.
It was just a lot.
It wasn't clear.
It was like when you order a pizza from a place that you haven't ordered from before, and you are like, you know what, on Uber Eats you can get like a 4 topping. Let's just go fucking crazy. And then when you get the 4 topping, it gets delivered to you with cum on it. That's what it was like. It just didn't make any sense. I'm Eli.
And I'm John.
And we watch Return to Silent Hill, and we will not be returning to watch that film.